Since August 31st, 1959, when Anike Agbaje Williams opened up the broadcast space for women at the Western Nigeria Broadcasting Service, many Nigerian women have come on board to highlight the excellence that female broadcasting adds to news, investigative journalism, and presentation styles in Nigeria, the continent, and the world.
Yes, women broadcasters always bring on their A game, whether they are casting the news, working on reportorial, investigative journalism, whatever they do, or handling a lifestyle show like this one.
That's why today we want to highlight the contributions of female broadcasters in Nigeria and honor them for their resilience, their sacrifice, their focus, their tenacity, their skill, and of course the A game all the time.
It is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from a network service of the NTA. I am Patience Eloy Abba.
My name is Thelma Obaze. Women in the media are making a difference by contributing with emotion and authenticity.
Now, when we started the show, we showed you Uma doing something by the corner. She's putting together an amazing artwork. Hello, Uma.
Hi, Patience and Thelma.
Yeah, so it is coming together, and I can't wait to see what she's putting together, Thelma.
Indeed.
It's actually going to be a massive surprise for somebody who's behind the scenes today.
Wow, that is 2/3 of the story. I can't wait to see the interpretation, which is 1/3 of the surprise left.
I'm actually doing a silhouette, which is going to be quite easy for me to finish within the range of time I have. But if not, I would have done something more realistic for you to enjoy.
You always bring your A game. I mean, we have full confidence in whatever you're putting together. We know you now. We celebrated you on the show yesterday, and it's great to have you physically here with us today.
Thank you.
So, Hajia, keep doing us proud.
All right. The time already, yeah. The time already for this our nation. Make me start to have a good redemption. What a man can do, woman can do. Being a woman is not a limitation. It's time to shine a light. We need to spread the vibe. African woman, make we wake up. Cuckoo, cocoroko. Woo! African woman, make we wake up. Cuckoo, cocoroko. Yeah, being a woman is not a limitation. What a woman can do, a man can do. Alright, cuckoo, cocoroko. Everybody say cuckoo, cocoroko. Hey, cuckoo, cocoroko. Yeah, African woman, make we wake up. Cuckoo, yeah, go. Everybody say cuckoo. We are shining the light for everybody to see that what a woman can do, a man can do. Being a woman is not a limitation because everything you gotta do, everybody can do. Yeah, we shine the light to the world of everybody to see that what a woman can do, a man can do. Yeah, cuckoo. Yeah, we're sending a message like being a woman is not a limitation. Cuckoo, cocoroko. Woo! We're coming.
Well done, Casey. Always bringing on your A game.
Because of our show, she will be right here.
Okay. Do you think, Thelma, there are more women in media than men? Do you think the media space is male dominated?
I would say, without dragging, in the sense that each person who has brought something innovative to the fore is noticeable. But I would say right now, with the young and informal journalism,
Soft
and
journalism,
yes, what we
like you call
have,
them.
I would say the men are more favored over the woman. Not favored in terms of bias, but they're out there.
They're out there.
We see
doing
them
what
pushing
they-
it there. But in the formal sector, I think we have a very good spread.
Okay. So I'm putting you on the hot seat again. Thelma, you're a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me that broadcasting found you? How did you get here?
Ooh, woo! I've heard musicians say they
Music
said
found
singing
me.
from the womb. I would say I started broadcasting from the womb. Wow, I started broadcasting from the womb because I've been talking. I've been talking for years. And it continues even now, we're still talking. So now talking with people, making it broad, in a broad sense of the word, it was like I was just taking the natural path.
Amazing.
Sokoto beckons,
Yes,
right?
Sokoto.
Yes, perhaps we'll get to see that background feature later. But we'll go to Sokoto now. Online, there's so much information there, even though not all is true every time. But it gives us an interesting variety so we can pick and choose and savor and enjoy. Sokoto's been focused on talking about women in the online space. Are they bringing their A game? Sokoto, take it from here.
Hello guys, I'm Aisha Emily. I'm a content creator. It all started 4 years back when I was serving in Jos. It's so exciting, it is rewarding and it is amazing. Da kuma hotunan bango domin ƙayata ɗakuna amma. Like when I see some new things, like I will feel like wow, this is new to this game and I need to show it. And there are many things that people are not really aware of. But when you decided to create content in a very interesting way and post it on social media, people will become more aware of it.
I write short stories, I write novels, I attend competitions. So someone, by God's grace, I win, some I do not.
There are many things that I've been underrated because people don't really know the value and the impact of it. But through the content creation, you will make people to realize this is good.
Yeah, I have many stories. So I post it on my social media handles. It's more especially on WhatsApp. I have groups that we can share it. Sometimes we are selling it, and I have documents and blog that's if you want my books, you can find them there.
Abin na wannan kasar suna zuwa nan don koyon wannan my content on Elgabas market in Sokoto State because many people, even the indigenous of Sokoto State, are not aware of the market. I decided to showcase it on my Facebook and my Instagram. So I post mainly on Facebook. When I decided to post the BTS behind the scene of the content, people become more interested and more eager to see because the market is all about poetry, how they produce it, even the water dispenser, many things.
Hanzarta ɗabbaka daidaito jins da wadda mabbantar International Female Day. We have it on our page and even now I have it on my phone. So, alhamdulillah.
When I posted the full content of the Elgabas market, I think I posted it around 11 a.m. When I woke up in the morning, I logged into my case before I even sent it. Is this really in Sokoto? Like, is this really the Elgabas market? I am indigenous of Sokoto. I've never been to that market. I'm not even aware of that market. So that I think I was very, very happy because I've never thought it's going to attract more attention.
Idan shaɗi a wancan lokacin kafin yaɗuwar musulunci. Akwai makabartar sarakuna.
Because many people have been hearing about Kankai Museum, but they have never been there because they had many great historic items there. I went there and I decided to make content about Kankai Museum. I mainly post on my Facebook page, which on my followers increased from 5,000 to 7,000 followers. Those two content make great impact because it is very educative and showcase our cultural heritage in the society. I found myself like in this Sokoto region. You know, many things like when as a team or you decided to go for a thing or you decided to start some things, they will start saying it is against religion or it is against society or it is against culture. This lady, she is not well disciplined. She lack com training. People will just start jumping to her DMs with insults. Some will criticize you, some will bully you, mainly men. They will start harassing you and calling you feminist, or maybe this is why you are not getting husband. I did start making content maybe to make money. I just have passion for it, like even like whatever I see, even if it is family gathering meetings or what, I will just carry my phone and start making content. I may say monetization is kind of difficult maybe for more especially when the content you are making are not maybe negative, because negative content used to go more viral faster than the positive content.
This written and content creator led me to have something that I never think that I will have it. What especially if we win competition, we earn money, award. I have award. With the content creator, I've even done more things for me in life.
What is to have passion for something and you believe you can do it. Don't even mind the societal talks. At the initial stage, people will never celebrate with you. They will never support you. All the content I make, I do it with my phone. So don't even wait until you have a laptop or you have a camera before you start creating your content. Once you have a good phone camera, my dear, it's just big go ahead for you.
Aisha, I know her because she's my colleague. We don't work together. So Aisha, she's nice. Where is she go?
Okay, welcome back. It's all about celebrating women of the tube. I dare call them queens of the tube. Women who have given their all to ensure that we get the right information, we get entertained, whatever. They are always bringing on their A game. Our first guest is here, a woman who indeed, have paid her dues as far as broadcasting is concerned. She is an independent producer and media consultant. She is Deborah Ogazuma. Let's see her profile. You're welcome to Weekend Deal.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal, man. Welcome to our show where we celebrate women of excellence, men of excellence too. But this time, this month, this day, we're celebrating women who open the doors for people like us who know little or nothing to walk in with confidence and platform our little knowledge on what you have already predisposed us to and build on it by the grace of God. It's an honor and a privilege to have you with us on Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Okay, if you were to take a look back, like when you were very active in the broadcast space, would you have expected the confluence of knowledge, information, talent, skill that women are bringing to the fore now? Are we doing as well as you thought we would? Or where are we really, women in the media? Women who are broadcasting, how have we fared from way back in 1959, 1960 up till now?
I would say that, yesterday you talked to somebody on this program who is still on now, I'm sure we'll talk to her later. And she said, every woman is an artist. Because, the creativity is inborn, in a woman, and you want to ask yourself, why did God decide to put the womb inside the woman? It could have been elsewhere, But so we are the womb, the platform, these words are inadequate, of creativity itself. And we refer to God as the creator. And he chose us to be the ones to recreate humanity. You know, so I don't expect less. I constantly expect more. I constantly expect sensitivity, you know, understanding, and expansion, you know, of ideas, you know, an explosion of passions, you know, when women take on a creative work or any other work for that matter. They would bring in that creativity into it, you know, because they are created that way. That's what I think.
Profound. So profound.
Indeed, so profound. I mean, a woman as a natural, as a creator, or God's instrument to create, to bring to life. You know, it just shows how we have been designed by God. So creating, like you said, and bringing forth idea is natural to us women. Oh goodness, I'm going to walk in that power. It's good to know. I mean, it's really good to know. And it's on that note that now we see the profile of our own Umar, a broadcaster, an artist, a producer. You can just keep calling Umar so many names, but you see, we are proud of our own. She's our girl. Let's see her profile.
Oh, let's give it up. Oh, woo, 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 woo. You know, the first picture used for your profile, in fact, is the signature one. It should go far. And it's going to take us beyond the shores of Nigeria, the continent. It's going to enter the global space.
Thank you.
Well
thank
done.
you.
Well done, Hajia. We're talking about production, you know, and I know you've been producing for many years and all of that. What people eventually get to see, savor, and enjoy on the screen has come from a long line of meticulous work, hands-on people. Can you tell us a bit about that? What goes into the pre-planning, production of that before they get to see our mini docs or packages on air?
Well, first of all, it takes a lot of consultation with your inner self. You need to even know what you're about to do before you do what you do. So, you do a lot of thinking for some few minutes or hours if you really want to get the best out of it. And then you need to be very kind to your team. If you're not kind to your team, you can never get it, no matter how intelligent you are. If you try to frustrate your team, they'll frustrate you back. So you have to be naturally kind. Don't even pretend, you have to be naturally kind. And then you have to also know all the rudiments of production. You can't be a successful producer without knowing the rudiments. So when you have the rudiments, when you're naturally kind and you're prepared, then you have an excellent and a stress-free outing.
Of course, communication should be ongoing because sometimes our guests cancel. Like I know several times you want to do a mini doc. Maybe you plan to go out on Monday. You've told your team on Friday. You've had thank God for the media space. We're all chatting over the weekend. Monday morning, she'll just call you. Oh, hi. Sorry, my son had a tummy ache and you're admission now. Sorry, we can't make it. You know, and then it happens. But the team must be ready. So in such a situation, you know, what do we tell them?
Well, it is what it is. That's why it's the ability for a broadcaster to think and create option B and C and D on the go is amazing. And you see, when you're in that situation, all you're thinking about is that this work should not fail. And so something just comes upon you and you're thinking of a way around it. The last time, Elizabeth sat here and it was elegant, it was beautiful, and the show was nice.
And nobody even noticed.
Without notice, Elizabeth came here and she knew her assignment and
and guess what? We're able to use her feature that was aired that day. I know I produced Weekend Deal 8 years ago when that feature was packaged. Way back then, you wrote scripts, you produced, you were involved in casting, auditioning. Perhaps you played some roles yourself and presented some programs. We don't really, you tell us about that. What was it like having little to work on, did you have to go to your grandmother, your auntie to get real life stories to interpret?
Well, starting from the research bit, I started my television life, in NTA Kaduna. It was then Radio Television Kaduna under the BCNN, and BCNN had a library, in there. So you could go, it was a regular library, small but regular. You could get, whatever you really wanted on whatever subject you wanted to use. And then not too far from there was the British Council Library. So between those two libraries, you could get information on whatever it is you wanted to research on. And of course, beyond that, you talk to people. That's part of research.
Yeah.
As you say, you talk to your grandma, you could talk to your ma, you talk to the gateman, you talk to the driver, and it's amazing the kind of information you can get from wherever, it's amazing. You start a conversation and you realize that, this man is packed full of information and you never knew. And he's just driving quietly around, but he's full of so much, and you want to explore and find out. That leads you to, to other things. You move around, you walk, you observe, you notice what is happening, Then we used to have a room called the preview room, and when we came in as young producers, we were all encouraged to always, if we are not busy doing whatever it is, we should be in that room watching other people's productions. Watching them, looking at their techniques, looking at the treatment of whatever subject they were doing. They may be foreign, but human beings are human, and whatever it is. So you can bring in your culture into whatever it is, and you can appreciate other people's culture. So that's what it was. And of course, there were people before us. You also have your senior colleagues who would help you. In my case, I want to pay tribute to Mrs. Martha. She's late now. Martha Kande Audu. She, like Anike Abaje Williams, that you said, she that was the first voice on television in Africa. Kande Audu was the first voice on television and radio in the northern space.
Oh, wow.
At that time, her voice opened the studio, just like Agbaje Williams did. But this was a year or so after that, I think 60 or whatever idea. And she had the privilege of introducing the Premier of Northern Nigeria at that time. This is in opening that,
Amazing career.
Yes.
Let's celebrate all those who came before us, the veterans. Do something with swag.
We're talking about women on the social space. We're talking about women and social space. About what it can do, what it can feel. Yeah, we're talking about women and social space. We're talking about women and a kind of space. Being a woman is such a blessing to the nation at large. And we celebrate all women in the world. From NTA Live, Weekend Days, right? Yeah, Weekend Days is what we do. Every weekend we celebrate. Oh. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Woo! Nice one there, my brother. Messages are coming in, but patience. Let's talk to our veteran broadcaster.
I think we'll go on a break. Okay. We'll go on a break. It's time for us to go on a break. Don't go anywhere because, trust me, this conversation is about to go a notch higher. Stay with us.
very interesting. We've been learning about broadcasting, how you come in. You are trained, so training is essential. And you put your ears down, you stay humble, so you glean more, so you can make an impact over time. Tell us. She wants to learn, yes.
Okay.
A young lady wants to learn. She wants to come in.
Well, I don't know how old she is. Is she a teenager or what?
No, she's finished university.
She's finished university.
Yes.
I wonder what she studied, but really it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It is a knowledge base. Sometimes people say, oh, you got to study mass communication or whatever it is. But believe me, what you need is knowledge, and what you need is the ability to acquire that knowledge and the ability to translate and interpret that knowledge, in a visual manner or in an audio form or whatever, this is so. Once she has that, she has a good base. She's a university graduate. She's interested. That is very important. That passion of wanting to be a broadcaster or wanting to read the news, I'm glad that she knows more about, before people used to think, oh, you only come into television if you're a newscaster. They don't know that there are so many other things.
Other rules.
Yeah, that are you do behind the scenes that make that on-camera appearance as exciting as it is. There are many people, just as we're sitting here, there are so many people struggling here in the studio, in the control room, and elsewhere, ensuring that what we are putting out is being put out in such a way that the audience feels respected, the audience in acquiring whatever information
Absolutely.
they're getting.
I like that word you use. The audience feels respected.
Respected.
When you don't package what you are presenting to them well, they could say, why? You're disrespecting me.
Exactly.
You ought to know better.
So, as you know, in our business, we are always thinking about the target audience. This is it. So whatever you're packaging it for a target audience. And that is it. So she needs to, she may want to go for training, even on the internet, I met somebody at one Africa's program some years back, and he was already a director and a producer, and he had never been to a formal
training.
Yes,
Training.
formal. He learned everything that he had
Online.
Wow. Online,
So interest is key.
So yes, interest, passion, pursuing that interest, following through to see whether you can, and linking up with people. You can decide, okay, these days you don't have to formally go into a television or station or whatever it is. You can work with certain people, your friends, your people of like minds, and say, see, we have this idea, let's put it together.
Okay.
And of course, if you have an idea and you try to put it together, you get some people, even with your cell phone now, there are cell phones that can do very well. You can package something.
It's happening.
Bring it, exactly.
It is happening.
Yes, bring it to a broadcast house and say, actually, this is an idea that we have. We would like to do something of the sort.
You can learn to be empathetic, because oftentimes everybody is coming here with one thing or the other, and you need to practically like massage, cajole, be that brother, be that sister. Sufiyan, what did you find when you went behind the scenes, talking with directors, producers, and the rest of the production services group?
I've not spoken in a long time.
Abia is a trailblazer in the Nigerian film industry, known for her thought-provoking productions.
Those people doing that, do they have two heads? And the answer was no. And there was so many challenges. Sometimes when I go for audition, and you see at the end of it all, some people are taking, some people are not taking. That was a challenge for me. And I said, this movie, I'm going to produce. I will direct. Because these men doing this, it is not written in any book that it's only men alone that can be producer, directing, and so on. So I feel fulfilled that I'm able to go out there and produce. I started associate producer. I became a member of Association of Movie Producer. And when I became a member of Association of Movie Producer, I went in, I did this, I was the secretary. I climbed up to the chairperson. And since then, my first movie was Beyond the Sky.
Despite the challenges, women like Umebong are pushing boundaries and creating content that resonates with audience.
You know, there are some men you employ to come and work for you, and they will say, director will want to argue with you because he's a man director and you're a producer. No, it's not supposed to be this. You don't know this. You want to do this. You're a woman, you know, they're still placing you as a woman. And I would like call him, sit him down, and say, look at in this perspective. I'm not insulting you. And I'm not trying to tell you you don't know what you're doing. But look at in this perspective. Don't you think if we do this or we do this, it will be better? And finally, he will come to realize that whatever I am saying is in line with what he wants to do.
Women-centered storytelling is changing the narrative, providing fresh perspectives and inspiring a new generation of women.
I want to use that story to make sure that the women have sense of belonging in the society and to let other women to be encouraged and not just going to acting, because not acting, they didn't put a name that acting is just only for women. And I want the young people coming up to know that producing, directing, and a cinematographer, in fact, all the people behind the scene was not meant for only men counterpart. It was also meant for women. And that female counterpart should sit up and do this. And let me tell you, there's so many people out there. For example, you know, Genevieve Naji produced a film titled The Lion Heart.
I think you're going to be a very good MD, ma.
My father is still very much alive on you.
You must be a proud father. Of course, I'm immensely proud of my daughter. She's her father's daughter.
Chief. Funke Akindele, that produced The Tribe Called Judah, making a gross of 1 billion naira. You can imagine that.
Tired of this generational curse. Anoint my children with the blood of Jesus.
We're not cursed.
And what are we?
We are a special family. You have 5 sons from 5 different men.
Yes, and I'm proud of my boys. They are Jedida's 5 boys.
It make a mark in industry. All these people, then in dollars was a $2.2 million. A lot of award, nomination, a very popular film. It's a comedy film, but it was very popular, and it make a mark in the industry. Tell me who did that? It's a female. And so they have been climbing the ladder, and not that there's no obstacle on their way, and there's no challenges, but because of the self-determination and focus, they were able to reach there. So we have a lot of women behind the scene.
These women are shaping the media landscape, one story at a time. Join us in celebrating their contributions and empowering the next generation of women.
One production at a time. And I want to say again that we are mighty proud of these trailblazers and these pioneers. But you know how we have a he for she. We talked about them the last time, and there's one sitting right here giving us good music and edging us on and celebrating us. And that's why we love him all the time. He is a true he for she. So, Mr. Casey,
Yeah.
who is your favorite female broadcaster? Do you have one, and why?
When it comes to procrastinating, like, I've been listening to music, but I have not taken that time to
Get
their names.
okay.
I think when it comes to movie, but for broadcasting, I think I might be missed for now.
Okay, if you
Yeah.
mute. Or you want to choose one because you know they are.
You can even choose outside NTA, right?
Yes,
Family.
it's free, anywhere. It's not about.
Okay, I want to choose one.
Okay.
Now, this my son. This might go back a little bit of like far back. 204, yeah, 204, 205, 206. Because back then I used to be like a fan of NTA.
Okay.
Now NTA, Delta State.
Okay.
NTA. So there was a broadcaster. Her name was Alera Sobale.
Oh, Alera who?
Sobale.
Sobale, lovely.
But something happened.
Okay.
So she was actually nice because I used to glue to my radio like if I'm going to school.
Oh, radio.
Back then, radio and television. No, radio and television.
She was doing radio and TV.
Television, yeah, okay. Alera somebody. So there's a way she does this stuff, and when she comes from air, when I came in here, like watching guys doing, oh man, this is a little bit like the way she does it, and like what she said, actually, kindness plays a lot of role in this broadcasting officer, because if you are speaking, if it's not coming from your heart, the audience is going to feel what you're saying, and if it's coming from your heart, they will know. So I think being in this airspace, it does a lot about your self-expression and how the place the word is coming out from.
I remember many years ago, one day we were talking when Madam Eugenia Abu was our executive director, and she also read the news on the NTA, and she was giving us a bit of a history, and she said, sometimes when you come for news, she liked to come early so that she can calm down and everything. And as you're walking in 30 minutes later, that's when the camera person said, Auntie, you promised me 5K last week. She said she'd be like, what were you waiting for from the time that last week? Is it in the studio? You will not enter. Somebody else that knows everything will just say, I'll see you later. That sorts it. So that later can be from when I finish my news until the next time we see, not in the studio, because I'm here today for serious business. Okay, thank you so much. We are gleaning. The learning process never stops. It really never stops. So guess where we're going to now? The city of excellence. And we're talking about women in entertainment, talk show hosts, and media icons. Of course, they are a force to reckon with. Please, Lagos, take it from here.
Ladies in the house, we're going to be asking a lot of questions, and I know that Joy, Devon, Coach Didi is on the run.
Yeah, she's not...
Women have made great strides in different spheres of life. In the last decade, the representation of women and their movement in the media have managed to make some significant progress. How then has this progress influenced the society?
The influence of women on TV is huge. I always think, maybe because the very first woman on television was Anike Williams, who died recently. We found that a lot of women gravitated to that space. But it's simple, because women are attractive. Because they're on television, people see them. Chances are that you look at these people and you want to be like them. So whether you like it or not, when we see women on television, we're like, oh, it's like invading your space in your TV right in front of you. And you're like, oh, I know this woman. I want to be like this woman. So in a large way, women on television do influence people.
It's one thing for any presenter to be on air and talk. It's another thing for a woman who feels it. You talk about the economy. We go to the market all the time. You talk about social and other issues. We're there. You know that we multitask a lot, and we do that also on air a lot of times. So I think the face of the woman lights up the room. When you see women in male-dominated spaces, you want to really pay attention to them. So we bring warmth, we bring believability, we bring our professionalism 100%, and we're committed. We're very committed people.
Most times, the society sees female hosts in the media as being only glamorous on screen.
Mali has committed President Bola Tinubu. The media in the past, when you want to hear thoughts of governance, politics, you listen to the men. But so far, media realized that women too have an opinion. We have a point of view. And they've recognized that in the past few years, that women are equally informed and also have a unique perspective to issues. A lot of women always feel that they want to get higher, because when we get to management level, we find that there are less women up there. So we are rather just be TV presenters, because women, young girls find it easier to be a presenter. They all just want to be be on television. I tell you, you're a young girl. Can't you produce? Can't you write scripts? Can't you edit? Can't you do camera work? Must you be in front of the camera? So these are the challenges that because we're on TV, people just want to be like Morale. They want to be like Talkway. They want to be like, forgetting that there's a whole army of people that is working behind us. So the challenge is that a lot of young people are watching us, but realize, forgetting that there are other layers of production. There are other layers of media. They all just want to be in front of the camera. And there's so much more to media than being in front of the camera.
At the beginning, we're single. You get you're single, right? And everybody thinks you're accessible, right? Men start to chase you, and you start to feel like, you have to keep turning people down. And even if you don't, people will lie about what they have with you. So it's been difficult, at the beginning. So when people like us come in and they end up marrying, and it looks like, okay, these people have a steady home, perception will change.
It is therefore very important to note that female hosts in the media are confident, productive, optimistic, and goal-getters. They are not afraid to stand up for what they believe in. They have casual but intentional ways of interacting and drawing out points without their guests skipping details. These hosts, whether on radio, television, or internet, help in exposing the wrong in the society. They influence societal expectations through provision of educational content, highlighting different cultures as well as informing them about the developments in other areas like science and technology, agriculture, law, medicine, amongst others.
It's also heartwarming, so beautiful to see our sister broadcasters from other sister stations. The truth is, we're all women and we have similar challenges. Like somebody will say in our local parlance, we they go the same market. So last, we must always come together and support each other for us to succeed as women, even in broadcasting. Our guest is still here and she has more to share. Yes. I know that at the point you're into drama productions too and all that. Just tell us your experience. How is it? What does it take to produce a drama?
Let me go back to ABU.
Okay.
Because I studied English.
Ah, English drama, I'm sure.
In ABU. And in my last year, there was this woman who came in, Janet Cohen, who introduced what was called then practical drama. You study literary drama,
yes,
but she came in with practical drama, which actually, to all intents and purposes, is what people now call theatre arts.
Theatre arts.
This is it. And after we left, this was my last year, a Department of Theatre Arts was set up in ABU. So I came in with smatterings of theatre, practical theatre, when I came into NTA. Now, after a while, after learning the ropes on basic production, you have to have basic production skills for whatever it is you're doing, whether it's for children, whether it's for women, whether it's public enlightenment, whether it's whatever, you have to have those basic whatever it is. After going through that, I was brought into drama, and I directed programs like Samanja, there were many directors who were doing that.
Household packages in NTA.
Samanja, Case File, which was a courtroom thing. Everything took place in the court, in that space. But we also started introducing some little drama skits as intro into the case file that would be treated.
So these drama skits were seen online now. You've been doing them for decades.
Yes. Then at the early stage, doing the drama skit would mean that, at that stage, you had a film unit within the television house. So you would have to link up with the film unit for you to package something. Editing using real cellulite,
like
whatever.
Peter told us.
Yes,
it was not cumbersome then.
Yes, but it's so wonderful actually, so tactile, because we had to, when I went on training, we had to learn how to edit, splice, do all manner of things and put, shots together, and know what it is if one little shot or whatever frame is missing and how it affects. Now everything is kind of electronic, you know. This is it, but that was wonderful. So you learn that skill. I was brought into drama and then I did some of these and I ended up with doing Magana Jariche.
Oh, those are classics.
Wow, those are classics.
Now, Magana Jariche was one of those drama programs that NTA brought in. They wanted to talk about, to showcase works, literary works of Nigerian writers. And they had started with Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. So the next one they went into was Magana Jariche, which was a work by the writer Abubakar Imam, you know, from the north. And he had written this, you know, 3 books actually, you know, Magana Jariche 1, 2, 3, you know, in Hausa, you know. But we were on the network. So everything now had to be done in English, you know, whatever it is. So I was not the first person who worked on that. And that's another thing. Zainab Bewell was the one who started, you know, she came in from NTA Maiduguri.
Hajia Bewell.
Hajia Bewell.
Not Hajia Bewell.
Okay,
Hajia Bewell, that's their sisters.
Their sisters.
Yes. Zainab is a younger sister to Mariam.
Mariam Bewell.
Yes, it's Madam Mariam that I know.
Yeah, but that you know. She also, I mean, is a superb producer. Director.
Okay, so
yes.
Hajia Zainab
is a younger. She was no, she wasn't here. She
was always with the NTA.
Yes, she was with
nice.
She was with NTA Maiduguri, and they brought her in to start the first. She did, I think, the first 11 episodes of Magana Jariche. You know, and she had to leave at some point because she had been away from her family for so long. And,
okay, so you took a break.
Yes,
went to commission.
Yes,
came back,
had a baby. You know, and the baby was just 2 months old when they called me and said, "You have to do this because the."
Is that baby Sempe?
Okay, Umar. What's going on? Umar, how is our painting coming on?
Fine, but it's a bit frustrating when you're trying to do something when you know you have a limited time.
Oh, but you look so relaxed. When you say frustrating, I'm looking at your face and you're looking relaxed and enjoying yourself.
That all this happened in the last 1 hour plus.
Are you serious?
Honestly, this is beautiful.
Something is taking shape.
Yes, something is happening there.
Wow. Thank you.
Our conversation is still on the table, and then I would ask you a question, Mama. We women, like you just said in the beginning of the show, that was profound. We are the womb carriers, we're the nurturers, we are the ones that bring to birth, and we are still supposed. You know how the gruesome hours of broadcasting, it takes you away. You can be in the office for 24 hours. I mean, and they are the men who are our contemporaries. Do you think we are given a fair playing field with the men? And how are women supposed to balance home and the broadcasting job?
The playing field is not fair. But thank God, who has also made us a multitasking creature. You know. So he has made it possible for a woman to be concentrating on so many things, you know, at the same time. And you can pay quality attention to each one of those segments. But you really have to work it out. As you say, you have to be intentional, you know, about it, you know, and not be absent-minded about the fact that your family also needs quality attention. You have to make room for it. That's what it is. But if you are, you know, the thing about working in broadcasting is that it can be so consuming.
Yeah.
You come into the station and everything else out there is dead, you know, except for what it is you are working on. You come out and you are surprised that, oh, it's dark, you know. Yeah. You understand?
Absolutely.
So you really have to school yourself and say, look, I must do this. And thankfully, God has given us those skills to be able to segment things and say, look, I must do this. I must take care of I must pay attention to my husband. I must do that. And they also must understand, what you are going through and, help to
be your support system
that's
in the
right.
home.
I remember a story. Thelma, a boss of ours told me a story. She said she was working and around 6:37, it occurred to her that she had not picked her son from school. So she was just going to take a tape that she had finished editing. She was going to take it to watch. My son! She screamed at the whole control room. Everybody ran and said, what happened? She said, my son has been in school since morning. I forgot him. He said she was shaking and crying and calling her husband to say, the one said, you have to choose between this job and my... That's how crazy the job can get.
Yes.
I mean,
but thankfully now we have schools where they call you.
Yes.
If your child, if you really pick your kid early and they see your child there 3, 4, 5, and they have a WhatsApp group where the parents.
As a matter of fact, I just saw missed call. She now saw missed calls.
They'll be calling her.
They'll be calling her. Your son is still with us, and she was in another world.
Yes, it does happen. It does happen. But thank God for the support system in the broadcast house.
Yes.
The support system at home for all the husbands, the partners, the family who provide that unrelenting support that we all need. Big ups to you. And we're celebrating you today as well. Just a few messages and we get to see her. Uma. Hi, see talent. We're coming. We're coming. Someone said, he says from Plateau State, didn't give us a name. He said, I love your program. You're always telling us things that make sense from Plateau State. Okay, MSG. Okay. Is that a guy's name? Is it an acronym? Okay, I'm MSG from Plateau State. Thank you. Thank you, sister, brother. Someone said, thank you so much, mommy. I love what all those programs you mentioned, our parents and guardians told us about them. Perhaps go look for them, okay? Would have loved to enter the nitty-gritty of the programming structure itself, but not today, perhaps. Give it up for Ooh! 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 Uma in the house! Woo!
Wow!
Oh, I want to be that lady so badly. Oh my! Woo!
She's looking chic.
Oh, look at she! Wow!
I must say.
Well done. Well
Thank
done,
you.
Uma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I wish that I knew what it takes being free. I wish I had a friend helping me grow in every way. And I hope I can go for a life without stress. I want to read what we're doing. Weekend deals is always there, saying yeah to your dreams. Yeah. Again, weekend deal is always there, saying yes to your dreams.
That's why we are here.
Thank you, thank you. Woo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What will you call this style of painting, Uma?
Okay, this is the silhouette painting, where you bring out the form in an abstract way, not in a realistic way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and most of the time when you do silhouette, you mostly use black, but you can diverse and use colors like blue, but it has to be one color. It has to be monochromatic.
Oh, monochromatic.
Yes, in nature. And then this is a special gift to a special woman who has been very, very, who has been influential in my life in NTA. And not just in my life in NTA, but to the lives of so many people who have been on Weekend Deal.
Who is this woman? Today we are celebrating women, please.
She's resilient. She doesn't talk. She doesn't complain. She doesn't fall sick. Every Saturdays and Sundays, she's been here for the past 5 years. I don't know how she...
5 years.
No, Saturdays and Sundays. She comes here every day for the past 5 years. I don't know how she does it. This is the part where we see her. And this is the part, they have part of her face where it's covered. We don't see the problems she has. She covers her problems and then she brings out her beauty for us to just appreciate. And this painting is titled Julieta Aina.
You know, Julieta, we've been begging her, come on, sir. Let people see the face. At several meetings, we have talked about her focus, her tenacity. You know what? When you mention kindness, you know the kindness, we must first be kind to ourselves. There's something that I've noticed about her. Doesn't waste time complaining.
She doesn't.
So that's even kindness to self. If you're facing a challenge, you can share your challenge. Don't bring it out in complaint form. It adds a level of negativity to the tone and ambience of that discourse. So I've learned that. I've also learned that from her, that when you share, when she's planning for the week, there are topics, she will share. Okay, I just asked Patience a question. Let me still run it by you. I was asking her, if we have 3 guests in that show, what do you think? How will it look? Should the man come in before? So the sharing doesn't take away your excellence or your knowledge.
This is a new dimension to Silhouette. It's a combination of orthodox and contemporary art, which I incorporated so that I can make it look nice and pleasant.
Orthodox and
contemporary.
Okay, now.
So I just
take us to class now. We're combining artistry, art learning with an exceptional woman.
Now this is the orthodox part because all this you're seeing here are northern Nigerian motifs. So she is my northern Nigerian princess. I'm incorporating northern Nigeria.
Okay.
And
Patience, please let me add your ears to mine. That's why, you know, when I was watching when you were at your exhibition, you know, every painting has a story.
Yes, it does.
And it really helps when the artist gives us an in-depth insight. I know Julieta is somewhere. She will never agree to come out. Will she agree to come out today?
She has to, please. She just has to.
Julieta,
for
we have
people to see
veteran
who she is,
broadcaster.
please, she has to.
Julieta, I know, veteran. Please, mommy, add your voice. To invite our series.
Can I invite her in a special way?
To come, please. And
we now invite to our weekend.
Yeah. We need some music, baby.
The queen of behind the camera.
Yeah, we need some music, baby.
The queen of behind everything.
We need some music, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
The queen of
behind the scene.
Julieta, are you there? Come on stage and enjoy. Hey. We want to see you. Nigerians love you. Yay! The NTA loves you.
Yes.
The NTA loves you. The NTA celebrates you. Programs directorate celebrates you. Weekend dealers celebrate you. We love you. We wish you well. We pray for you. Thank you, Hajia Uma, for this amazing outcome.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to come here and tell and show people how much I appreciate this woman.
We all do. Okay. Oh, bye.